பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திரும்பி எந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Good evening, esteemed panelists and companions of One Earth. Welcome to the C20 International Conference in the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, One Earth, One Family, One Future. May we now invite the Master of Ceremony, Mr. Vinod Chandrasekhar, to conduct the inaugural ceremony of C20 International Conference in the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Mr. Vinod Chandrasekhar is a marine engineer having visited 40 countries. He appreciates the unity in diversity among all human beings and associated with Chinmaya Mission for about 11 years in various projects related to youth.
Went to print or not to print of this life-transforming text. I now request Governor of Tamil Nadu, Honorable Shri R.N. Ravi ji, to kindly release the book.
Copy from the Governor. I request the Honorable Governor to please hand over the books to the delegates. Janki. I invite Shri Sadashivam ji, Vice President Marketing of Ramco Cements, India's leading cement manufacturer and flagship company of Ramco Groups, headed by Shri P.V. Venkatarama Raja, the platinum sponsor for this event, to receive a copy of the Bhagavad Gita from the Honorable Governor. I invite the guest of honor, Shri W.K.I. Sabera, Councillor, Sri Lankan Deputy High Commission, to please come and receive a copy of the Bhagavad Gita from the Honorable Governor. I invite the Collector of Chengalpattu, Sri Rahul Nath, to receive a copy of the Bhagavad Gita from the Governor, sir. Honorable Governor Thiru R.N. Ravi has had a distinguished career with notable roles in journalism, the Indian Police Service, the Central Bureau of Investigation, the Intelligence Bureau. He's played a crucial role in conflict resolution, counter-terrorism, and intelligence sharing. He was appointed as the center's interlocutor for Naga peace talks, where he achieved a historic breakthrough. He served as the Governor of Nagaland before assuming office as the 26th Governor of Tamil Nadu. Sir, I invite you to deliver the keynote address.
Most respected Swami Mitranandji, other distinguished dignitaries on the dais, all the esteemed delegates present here, friends from the media, my warmest greetings and best wishes to all of you. I would like to congratulate and greet Swami Mitranandji and his entire team for working on this theme, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is the cultural and spiritual identity of our country, India. We all know how important G20 can play a role in steering the course of human destiny. They have the needed economic, political, and if appropriately marshaled, the moral heft to shape the world which would be safe for everyone, a world where people live in harmony, live what this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam it conveys. Civil society, we know that this society has predated emergence of the modern state. G20 is headed by the heads of the governments and heads of the modern states which have been constituted or which are guided by their respective political ideologies. But societies have existed since long time before. And society, over hundreds of years, thousands of years, has learned to coexist peacefully and harmoniously with each other. Not only with each other among the humans, but also live in perfect harmony with the environment. So the wisdom, the experience of the civil society should be used to inform and influence the G20 leaders in the course of their future endeavors to plan and work on policies and programs which would ensure a sustainable, peaceful world. Today we know that the world is facing numerous challenges. Challenges is rather a mild word. Numerous existential crises, be it unprecedented and certainly not unforeseen climate change. We are staring at a mammoth disaster. Many island countries are counting their years, that if the heating of the planet Earth, which we call Mother Earth, if it is not stopped, then perhaps within the next few decades, they will be wiped off the map of the world. Even others, not only in island nations, but in the rest of the world, which might not be seen or fearing a doom of that nature in terms of level of water rising, they are also witnessing the curtain raiser of what the future would be like, with unprecedented, unforeseen, unexplainable phenomenon, erratic nature's behavior. The fury of nature, the fury of elements is taking its toll. We are also in the midst of numerous conflicts of varying degrees, wars, visible and invisible. This war, this conflict, afflicting the humanity across the world, is potentially all the more dangerous because today there are several countries equipped with such destructive power, so much that each one of them has the capacity to destroy this earth many times over. Something somewhere goes amiss and we are gone. The whole planet is gone. This very fragile equilibrium to which we are passing should not be taken as a stable and a normal equilibrium. The danger is looming all the time. We also have challenge or the crisis of poverty. While there are countries which are prosperous, people are well fed. A significant part of the world is facing hunger, deprivation of the most basic essentials of a dignified citizenship or dignified human being. This is unsustainable. The lack of desired empathy, the needed empathy, compassion, which was manifested in the global pandemic, when the whole world suffered COVID-19, no one was spared. But in that crisis situation, some were less fortunate. When the vaccines were developed, we witnessed how some countries looked at this new life-saving medicine called vaccine as an opportunity to make money. At that point of time, this was this country. And thanks to our scientists, when they developed the vaccine, we shared the vaccine with several countries, over 150 in the world. When we shared the vaccine with over 150 people, 150 countries in the world, this is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in action. This is walking the talk. When it comes to the challenges like climate crisis, as we say, as we feel and we know, here too, the way this country is addressing the problem in a very unconventional way. When it was understood, it was a given fact that for the development you need energy, and the source of energy was essentially fossil fuels, the carbon energy, which is the cause of the global warming, the climate crisis. The alternative was, perhaps advanced countries thought, could be a nuclear energy. Yes, nuclear energy is carbon free, but it is not risk free. At this point of time, when India decided to move forward towards a safer planet with respect to climate, the emphasis and resolve with which we move towards green energy, it's something for the rest of the world to see and perhaps emulate. If today over 40% of our energy needs are met from the green sources, non-carbon, non-nuclear, we are tapping in all possible alternative sources, sun energy, wind energy. Of course, we have been tapping hydro. Now we are tapping energy from the refuse, from the waste. And that is the call when the Prime Minister said, when we achieved the incredible target of ODF, open defecation free, we said now it is ODF plus. Now we have to make the kanchan, kachare se kanchan, produce energy out of the waste. Of course, we have been moving forward with commendable pace towards blending ethanol, again, organically developed plant through the farming, mixing this, blending this fuel, petrol and diesel with ethanol, We achieved the target of E10, we are soon going to achieve the target of E20. Now when a country, the point is when a country of 140 crores can achieve success, can forsake the conventional wisdom of relying on something which is potentially dangerous for the humanity, and if it can successfully do, this can be a lesson for the rest of the world. When the 20% of the humanity can experiment it successfully, this experiment is certainly worth application to the rest of the world. So this country is walking the talk. In this context, when we talk about the Civil 20 and the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, this is something which has been our civilizational and cultural heritage of several thousand years. This is not something which emerged yesterday. This is certainly when India took the G20 presidency and Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam became the mantra, the motto. This was not something which was created newly. It wasn't a political slogan. It was not a PR exercise. It was not kind of a trying attempt to build a narrative or sell an idea or ideology. This is something with which our civilization, our country has lived through for several thousand years ago. And this reflects in our day-to-day life. In the most remote areas, people whom the so-called advanced people, advanced in modernity, would call them those who are left behind, the tribes and tribals. Even you go to those areas, you see in every act of an individual or the collective that reverence for the Mother Earth, reverence for the environment, respect for every creature. It is because this thought and this realization, it transcends the intellectual understanding of ourselves and the world. Intellectual understanding because through intellect you reason, you argue, you debate, and that leads you to the conflict. And that also being finite, the human beings, we are all finite. Our understanding is limited to the understanding that we gain through our sense organs. Each one of them is finite. And our understanding is dynamic. We keep learning, we keep improving new and new things. There is no finality, and that is what no intellectual truth is eternal, is final. Intellectual truth is invariably tentative, and it is proving even in the domain of science. And that is why we see even the scientific theories getting corrected, getting contradicted, get emerging in the new form, new explanation. So this understanding of the people even in the remotest area of this country to live in perfect harmony with nature is not something which is an intellectual heritage. It is a cultural and a civilizational heritage of Bharat. When several thousand years ago, when our rishis, the seers, when they revealed this wisdom of oneness of creation, oneness of creation, with a stunning diversity that we see. Underlying all this is the eternal truth of oneness. This oneness is like a massive tree with million leaves. No two leaves are alike, and yet they are integrally one. Member, each one of them is a member of that family of tree. This diversity that we see as differences are like diversities of a flower. With hundreds of petals, no two petals are alike, and yet a petal does not exist beyond the flower. This a stunning realization that resolves the differences of all kinds. There is no sense of other. There is no question of you and I, it's a question of us. This is a priceless heritage of this country, living heritage of this country. And this heritage, as I said, is reflected in our day-to-day conduct, in day-to-day conversation, in our day-to-day discourse. And since the beginning of that time, when our rishis began the prayers, they never prayed for themselves, they never prayed only for people of this place. The prayers were, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, Sarve santu niramaya, Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhaga bhavet. Let every being be happy, let every being be free of diseases. Let every being see goodness in other. And in our action, Sahana bhavatu, Sahano bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karvavai, Tejashvinavadhitamastu ma vidvisavai. Let all collectively work and achieve the glory. This essence reflects all the civilizational, spiritual, cultural text of Bharat. The one which has been talked about today, and a beautiful edition of it, and I must congratulate and thank Avanti ji for creating this and the team for supporting its creation. Bhagavad Gita, it's something which defies limitation. You cannot define it with parameters. It is boundless. It is limitless. It is for each one of us, according to our capacity, according to our prakriti, we are able to pick up whatever we can. But there is always something for everyone. It doesn't disappoint anyone. Here in this very holy text, it permeates all through with the sense of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Here, there are many instances where it tells this message. And the one I am tempted to quote is in the chapter 18, where it says, Lord Sri Krishna says, Avibhaktam vibhakteshu tad jnanam vidhi sattvikam. Avantiji, while speaking talked about three kinds of jnana. Tamas, Rajas, Sattvic. Sattvic is the most sublime, the most distilled. And that jnana, that Sattvic Jnana is avivaktam vivaktesu. One who is indivisible appears divided. Hundreds of us sitting here, we all look different. And this is the beauty of it, that what it looks all divided, essentially we are one. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Now, at the time when India is hosting the responsibility of G20 presidency, Civil 20 and the one with Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, vertical, if you call it so, has a very, very important responsibility. We need to present to the world, present to G20 leadership, our experience, our civilizational experience of living in harmony with everyone. Illustrated the way this country, the people of this country have lived through ups and downs of history. Various ups and downs this country has faced, the people of this country have faced. But yet, this eternal principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam has never faded away. Even in the worst of times, the worst of crisis, this country has amply demonstrated this, lived this in their day-to-day life. Their life and their approach toward the rest of humanity. At a time when we are facing so much of a crisis, our country, India, has a special responsibility. This wisdom has been there with us for thousands of years. Now it is time to let this light spread to the rest of the world. When on the 15th of August 1947, India became independent, Rishi Aurobindo had a dream. He jotted down his 5 dreams. These 5 dreams are preceded with what he said, that in the entire universe, Earth is the only evolutionary planet, where consciousness is in the state of constant evolution. Jada, Chetan, Jeev, Manushya. When consciousness crept into the inert, inanimate, that led to emergence of Jiva. And when the consciousness further in its journey towards evolution, to its perfect manifestation, it developed to a higher level, and that led to the creation of Manushya, with thinking capacity, this capability to think and appreciate. And that is why humans have essentially 3 basic features: physical, intellectual, and spiritual. The growth of consciousness is the destiny of human being. This knowledge, when he said that the entire universe, Earth is the only evolutionary planet, and on this evolutionary planet, Bharat is the only country where this wisdom was revealed several thousand years ago, that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we are all part of a family. So, he said, Bharat has an obligation, a duty to the rest of the world, to spread this wisdom, to spread this light. As we all know, when this light is spread from the shores of the ocean to the peak of the Himalayas, Bharat emerged as it is mentioned in our ancient text, Uttaram Yasamudrasya, Himadrishya Dakshinam, Varsham Tad Bharatam Nama, Bharatiya Santati. This Bharat, the light that has spread over this land, this light has to spread to the rest of the world. And today, Bharat should be capable of spreading the light. The light was there with us all the centuries, all the millennia. But over a long period, it was eclipsed. It was eclipsed as a result. The light remained here. It was not adequately radiated to the rest of the world. Today, when Bharat is moving forward with a resolve towards its destiny, to be capable of spreading the light. And this is reflecting in all our dimensions. Dimensions of development in field of science, technology. In every field, India is moving forward. And now we have set a goal that in the Amrit Kaal, in the period up to 2047, this country has to be self-reliant, has to be Atmanirbhar. And has to be Atmanirbhar not just for itself, not just for herself, but for the rest of the world, for Vishwa Kalyan. मानव कल्याण, हम तो मानव कल्याण नहीं विश्व कल्याण की बात करते हैं, where every element of creation is in peace and harmony with each other. At this time, when we are out of the eclipse and moving forward, this message has to be spread with due emphasis. And here, this vertical, this Civil 20 has a special responsibility in drafting the policy document, present it to the G20 leadership in a way that it informs them, it influences them to make a safer world for all of us. Friends, in the next 3 days, I am very sure the eminent delegates and experts from all over would be sharing their experience, their wisdom. There would be considerable churning, meeting of minds, meeting of thoughts, meeting of experiences. And I'm sure that Amrit will come out of that through all the churning. And that will be the gift to the world. I wish all of you all the very best. I wish this 3 days international conference very purposeful and successful affair. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you. May we now request Swami Mitrananda ji to felicitate Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N. Ravi. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Nivedita Raghunath Bide, Padma Awardee, is the All India Vice President of Vivekananda Kendra, Kanyakumari. She is the author of multiple books, presented papers in national and international seminars, and given lectures in IITs and universities across the world. I invite Nivedita ji to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
It is a great fortune for me to have got this opportunity to communicate the deep sense of gratitude that we all, the working group members, have been working all these months, and now to thank all those who had participated in our working group C20 seminars. And especially so, I also have the responsibility and I also feel very happy to express my gratitude to the Honorable Governor, Shri R.N. Ravi, a very forthright speaker and very clear about his ideas and a very good communicator. We are extremely happy that he has in very short time explained about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and how this is the need of the hour. Swami Vivekananda had said that truth does not pay homage to society. Truth does not pay homage to society. The society has to pay homage to truth or perish. And what is the truth? That this whole existence is interconnected, interrelated, interdependent. The oneness of the existence. If a human being becomes extremely selfish, individualistic, materialistic, then we are neglecting, we are discarding this truth of existence. And that is how we will not go for too long. And in the interest of the humanity, to protect the humanity and also to take care of our Mother Earth, Vasudha eva kutumbakam, Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. So to take care of Mother Earth, perhaps this is the providence which has brought the presidency of G20 to India, and Indian government has taken Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam as its motto. So it's not just as it was told by our Honorable Governor, just a slogan, but it is the truth of existence, and the responsibility is of all of us, that how this oneness is expressed in the field of education, sports, commerce, family life, social life, in the present contemporary context. And it is that challenge we have been all debating for last few months, and based on that the policy brief will be prepared. So again, I am very thankful to Honorable Governor for coming here and giving his extremely inspiring address. I am also thankful to Shri Kuldeep Pai. You know, he has touched millions of hearts through the music from his tiny tots, and he is known to many. And that's how he could come, and he sang such a beautiful invocation for this summit seminar. We are all extremely thankful to you. We are also thankful to Avanti ji, who has brought out the book, and all the Karyakartas of Chinmay Mission led by Swami Mitrananda ji, all the Karyakartas of United Consciousness led by Vikrant ji Tomar, and all the Karyakartas of ARSP, Antarashtriya Sahayog Bharati, led by Virendra ji, and of course the Karyakartas of Vivekananda Kendra, and all those who have come for this seminar, not only from all different parts of India but all over the world. We welcome you, and I am extremely grateful to all of you that you have come here on our invitation. And for 3 days we look forward to your insights in taking forward the oneness to the humanity in the interest of the whole Mother Earth. Thank you so much.
Before concluding, we have a student, Neha of Chinmaya Vidyalaya Virugambakam, who has come up with a beautiful pencil sketch, sketched right now, of Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N. Ravi. Can we have Neha on stage, please?
Requesting all to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल भंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाये तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Request all delegates to be
G20 exhibition. Delegates are